What is good? What is cracking? Command this fans. It's Tuesday, May 10th. We are recording this on a Tuesday evening, and we're bringing in a new segment called Top 5 Tuesdays. Top 5 Tuesdays. That's right. New segment from Command This Podcast. And I'm your boy, Steve. We got Phil up in the top right. What up, Phil?
What up?
And then we got our man Dev in the bottom. Chilling like a villain.
Yeah.
Hey, we have a special guest tonight to kick us off with our inaugural Top 5 Tuesday. We're bringing on an old friend of ours, none other than Mr. Ellie.
Oh shit!
At Declassified WFT, Commanders Declassified. Ellie, what's good, brother? Long time no see. How you been?
Long time no see, man. Everything is beautiful. Glad to be back with you guys again. I can't tell how many people ask me, "Hey, what's going on with the Addicts? Why you with the? Why you not with the?" I said, "Hey, we back here. We live. Everything is good. Everything's how it should be. Happy to be here. Let's get to it."
Yeah, welcome. And for all you guys out there in the audio and video world, please go subscribe to Declassified WFT on all your audio podcast platforms, and their YouTube channel is now up and running as well. You guys are Commanders Declassified now, is that correct?
Yeah, as of yesterday.
Yesterday. Yeah.
WFT Declassified.
There you go. You Google it. You'll find him, I promise you. And while you're at it, please go subscribe to our YouTube channel. Command This. We're up and coming. We got some different content coming out for you guys. So please go like and subscribe. And also, we're also available on all of your audio podcast platform, Apple, Google, Spotify, just like the rest of the content creator community. So let's get started, fellas. So today we are doing, for our first Top 5 Tuesday, Best sports movies ever. Best sports movies ever. And before we do that, I want to get a quick survey of how many do we think comparatively will we have in similarities on our list. So Ellie, how many do you think we're going to have? I'm going to put these next to our names.
All right, I think there's going to be 2 mutual choices. I think I'm going 2. Because these always go a little bit different direction than you think. So
fair. Dev. You're muted, Dev. You're muted.
I'm gonna go on a limb here and say that me and Ellie gonna have the same 5, man.
That's racist.
All black people win them.
Nah. Yeah, soul playing.
Yeah, soul playing. Medea throws touchdowns.
All right. Well, I'm not logging that, Dev. You're gonna have the same 5 as Ellie, but okay. Phil, how many do you think we're gonna have?
I think honestly, 1 for sure.
1, man.
1 for sure. I'm leaning towards 2, but I'm gonna say 1 for sure.
Okay, that's fair. I'm going with 4. I think between all of us, we'll have 4 that are somewhere on our list together. So that's what I'm rolling with. All right. Well, let's get right into it. I'm going to bring up the tracker. We're going to get this thing rolling. All right. And away we go. All right, we got a tracker for all this. Top 5 sports movies ever made. We're going to start at going number 5 and go all the way across the board. This is the order we'll do it in. Ellie, Dev, Phil, and myself. So, Ellie, kick us off. What is your number 5 top sports movie ever made?
All right. This is one of my favorites. And Dev, I know you have this one. It's MJ and the Moon Crickets. Have you seen that one?
I have not seen any
Space Jam.
Any moon cricketing movies.
I'm kidding. I got Rocky 3 as my number 5 choice. Love Rocky 3. That's the one with Clubber Lang. Hey, Balboa. You know, that one, he's talking trash to his girl, all of that.
Yeah.
Rocky.
Come on with a real man. See a real man, fool. Hey.
Right.
And the beautiful part about this segment is we didn't establish criteria. So whatever you think this should be is what it's going to be. Wait
a minute. I could have used Forrest Gump as a sports movie.
If you determine Forrest Gump is a sports movie, and if you can justify that, why not? There's a sports aspect to it. I wouldn't go that route, but hey, this is your show. Dev, what's your 5th one? Go.
Remember the Titans.
Remember the Titans. That's a good one.
Number 5.
Beautiful movie.
Good movie. Taught, hit on about racist equality. Black and white didn't matter. The only color that mattered was the color of the football team.
Yeah.
Denzel was a great performance. You got all stars on there. You got Wood Harris, up and coming actor. Mm-hmm. A lot of good things in that movie, man. Remember the Titans.
It's a very DMV specific movie.
Hey, my parents went to TC Williams. They were the bicentennial class of 76, so they lived that Titans area at TC Williams. Now there were some inaccuracies in the movie, but still to be a part of it, they said it was pretty awesome. Just shows you that we haven't come that far in life. So Phil, what's your number 5?
I'm gonna curveball all y'all from the start.
Do it.
Kingpin.
The bowling movie?
You know what, man? That's a good one.
That's
a good one.
That's one of the funniest fucking movies ever.
Woody Harrelson action going. Woody Harrelson.
I love Kingpin. That I could watch that. That's one of those movies that it's comfort food. I can watch it. I can quote it. Anytime. It's so underrated because the Farrelly brothers did so many big movies that people remember, Something About Mary, movies like that. A lot of people forget Kingpin. That movie is hilarious. Y'all should check it out.
And it's funny because I don't know what your guys' criteria was. We said we didn't establish criteria, but for me, my personal criteria was if this movie is on, I will always watch it no matter what I'm doing. That was my criteria. Yeah. So for number 5, my number 5 is White Men Can't Jump. It's a cult classic.
Wonderful.
I love it.
It's not on a lot of pundit lists, but for me, it's one of the best. Billy Ho. I mean, it's just class. It doesn't get any better than that. You know what I'm saying? He's a mess up. He loses her money, Gloria's money, and gets it back at the end, but by then it's too late. So
Wesley Snipes, Woody Harrelson, Rosie O'Donnell. Rosie Perez.
Whoa.
Yeah, my bad.
Right.
Yeah,
man,
right.
The best is a dime piece to this day.
Yes, I remember. If you watch, it's the Lakers story on HBO, Winning Time. It's got Paul Abdul in it, and a young Paul Abdul and a young Rosie O'Donnell when they were Rosie Perez when they were Laker girls in there. Man, they got girls playing them. It's pretty dope. I know it's not a sports movie, but Winning Time is the best sports TV show ever.
Here's a funny little bit about that movie. So Wesley Snipes doesn't play basketball, right? He's just a natural athlete.
He's
but
like 5'5".
Woody Harrelson, extremely good basketball player. This dude will cook you.
For real?
Yeah. I listened to the director tell a story about that. He says, Wesley could get away with just the fact that he was such a natural athlete that he could pull everything off, but he never really played basketball before. He's a martial arts guy.
Yeah.
But Woody Harrelson loved playing ball. And I mean, he was out there. I mean, just was automatic with the jumper.
Low key, the best part of the movie is whenever old dude ran to the car, get his gun, everybody got running. Man, I've been on the court so many times with some dumb shit like that's happened. I'm going to my truck. No, we gotta get out of here, man. Right.
All right, let's move into number 4. Ellie, what you got cooking for us for your 4th best sports movie ever made?
Of course, it's got to be the Knuckle Puck, Mighty Ducks.
Mighty Ducks.
Great selection.
Mighty Ducks selection. Okay.
Came out around, I think it came out around the Olympics time or something. As a kid, I remember that movie. It just stuck with me. The story was great. The little kids with no equipment.
Kick Boy.
Yes.
Gordon Bombay.
And then they're making a real team after him, didn't they?
Hey, I used to try triple deke all the time playing floor hockey in gym.
1, 2, 3, triple deke. And they had the kid from the opposing team who Josh, I think he crossed back over and became
Adam Banks.
Adam Banks. There you go. Yeah. Great movie. The other ones weren't so good, but did you guys watch the series on Disney Plus? I haven't watched the reboot series.
I have not.
I heard it was really good though.
No.
I heard it was pretty good. But okay, Dev, what's your number 4?
Oh, well, you've already said it. White Men Can't Jump was my number 4. For all the reasons I already stated. Yeah, I love White Men Can't Jump. It's a true statement, and it is also a good movie.
It's in that My Cousin Vinny territory of movies for me, where if it's on TV, like you said, Steve, I'm gonna watch it no matter what.
There you go. Okay, Phil, what you got?
My number 4. My screen went dark. We're gonna go a little sentimental here. Rudy.
Ooh, Rudy.
Love Rudy.
Little Parker Hamlet reference there.
got the Rock playing the maintenance man to give Sage old Negro, advice to the young white guy. At every movie. Who else gonna be a damn butler? While I'm down here mopping these floors, master, I got some advice to get you through the tough times. Give yourself some advice, nigga. You sweeping the floor. I don't know. What? But Rudy, definitely, I love Rudy.
Great movie, man.
But Sean, what's his name? Sean, what's his name?
That's a Parker Hamlet
Sean
reference.
Astin.
I got Frodo
and Sean Astin are about the same size.
You can't beat Frodo playing football, bro. That's like an instant classic.
No, that's not Frodo. Frodo was the other kid.
Samwise
Gamgee. Samwise Gamgee. Yeah.
My only problem with Rudy is, and I bet it's the only one on this list that is like would never happen in a million years. Like Rudy would never go to Notre Dame and play football. He just get clocked, get knocked out, and go.
But it's a true story, Ellie. It did happen.
It happened.
I think
today's day.
Ellie didn't know Rudy was a true story. Newsflash. What just happened?
It's a true story. Hold on. What part was true though?
The whole thing. Rudy got to play the last game of his whole time. He got sacked and shit. That happened.
He did not get sacked. That part was not true. So he did play in his last
Tim Brown playing that team. What's Tim Brown on that team?
The players chanting on the field, and then the crowd started chanting. That actually did happen, apparently. Now, not to the point that all 80,000 people in Notre Dame Stadium are doing it, but like a huge chunk of the home side was chanting for him too. That did happen, apparently.
Okay, I'll take that back. Yeah, I thought that movie was a blockbuster. That joint only made $22 million at the box.
$22 million in the 80s, though, was big.
No, that was got to be 90s, right?
That was
like 90.
$20 million for a 90s movie was $30 million probably all right, though. It probably cost them about $5 million to make it.
$12 million.
Yeah, so they double their money.
Okay.
Basically.
All right, fellas. Well, my number 4 is a classic to me. I'm going with A League of Their Own for
I forgot that one, but
yeah, I almost forgot it too. And it's always it's always on. I always watch it. It's got Gina Davis, Tom Hanks, the All-American women's baseball team back
Madonna,
Madonna, yeah. Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah, there she is, Rosie O'Donnell. Sandra Bernhardt,
John Lovitz,
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks.
Hey, how was him last?
Baseball?
Hey, there's no crunning.
This used to be my playground. Yeah,
that's when Madonna. Right. That's when Madonna was hot.
Yes,
man.
She sang the song "Used to Be My Playground." They made her out to be like a whore in that movie. Everywhere, but
there's no crying in baseball. That's a great movie.
There isn't. Stillwell, you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose. Yeah, it was good stuff, man. All right. We are in round 3, third of our top 5 sports movie ever made. Ellie, what's your third best movie?
Hold on, I'm changing my number 1 because you guys said White Man Can't Jump, so I'm making a note. All right,
now you gotta say it.
I know nobody has this one, The Natural.
Oh, that's a good one.
I debated putting that at 5.
Love that movie.
I won that on the list too. There's a lot of great baseball movies out there.
The non-baseball aspect of that movie was what made it so great.
Yeah, I played baseball as a kid. That was my favorite sport growing up. I won that VHS tape at Montgomery Ward's when I was in the mall with my mom. And I didn't know what it was. Took it on, watched it, fell in love with it. Everything was great about it. The Natural. There you go.
You're probably the last black kid to want to play baseball.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, when I was a kid, black kids play baseball. Now they don't even it's not even sport. It's like it's like horse racing. It only matters like once a year. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, that was iconic because it had the baseball shattering the lights,
the bat, that was made from a tree.
Yeah,
he got shot, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Classic. Okay, Dev, number 3. What you got?
My number 3. Again, another one somebody has. I got Rudy.
Rudy
was my third one for the reasons we've already noted. Rudy's a good movie, made you feel like anything is possible.
Dad, did you know that was a true story, by the way?
I heard, man. I heard. My homeboy Ellie told me.
I mean, usually those in today's day and age, that type of player, they'll put them in on the what's the internal scrimmage they do like before the season starts?
Yeah,
like that's the only playing time they'll get.
Maybe all I'm gonna say is
Red Blue game.
What was that movie placed like in the 60s or 70s?
70s.
All right, all I'm saying is in the 70s, if he was good enough to play any kind of ball for Notre Dame, he was going to eat everybody's ass at Maryland. That's all. Not putting that out there for y'all, but he was going to be the best player on Maryland if he had went there.
Yeah, Maryland actually had a good football team up until about after Boomer until Boomer Esiason left.
Oh, y'all did have Boomer.
Maryland used to be Maryland from like the 40s to the 70s was a perennial good team. They weren't Notre Dame, but they were good.
Well, y'all had Boomer Esiason. We had this one guy on our team named Jay Gruden.
Best quarterback ever to play at Louisville.
Didn't lose a game, bro. So I mean, Howard Schnellenberger, whatever his name is, he was there coaching.
That's why.
Yeah,
I just looked this up. Joe Montana was a quarterback when Rudy was on the team.
Joe Montana, bro.
Backup quarterback.
I thought Tim Brown was there too. That's what I was thinking.
No, that's way too early for Tim Brown.
No, he was there. He was there after Staubach. He was there after Staubach. No, Staubach was at Navy. Never mind. Who was it? He was there after. Oh God, I can't think of the guy's name. He was there after Theismann, but before Montana.
Theismann was the truth at Notre Dame, bro.
Rocket Ismail still my favorite player to come out of.
Man, that guy's the best college player I've ever seen in my life. I thought he was Jesus, man. The Rocket Ismail.
Number 3. What you
got?
Number three.
I've got Raging Bull.
Ooh, Robert De Niro.
Never heard of it. Was that what kind of?
Okay, Ellie, Raging Bull feels like this be a movie that would be your number 1.
Okay,
because it's a Scorsese flick.
Yeah,
it's about boxing.
Yeah,
I like
it's the story of Jake LaMotta.
Okay,
and how much of an asshole Jake LaMotta was as a human being, but at the same time, I mean, he was a great boxer, but he was that man was violent 24/7.
Oh wow!
And they shot the movie in black and white and everything just to give it a grittier feel,
man,
and to make it look like the old films you would see of LaMotta when he was boxing, because he was a boxer in the 40s and 50s.
Right.
So it's not a feel-good movie for sure. It's a downer. It's brutal, but it's such a well-done movie. I can't not put it on the list.
This poster for it is intense, dude. I don't know if you can see this, but
yeah.
Yep.
My God, yeah. I gotta check that out, man.
Ellie, you'll thank me for it, because you're a guy who I'm surprised that you have never heard of that movie, because
it's a younger Robert De Niro.
It's like right after Scarface, Robert De Niro too, ain't it? Mm-hmm. Right after Scarface, Robert De Niro.
No, you mean right after The Godfather?
I'm sorry,
right after The Godfather. Was after Serpico? You seen that?
Which one?
Serpico. It's a Robert De Niro movie.
Yes.
So, yeah.
No, that's Al Pacino.
Al Pacino. Yeah. Damn, I'm tripping. Yeah, you're right.
You said
never mind. I have smoked some of the devil's lettuce, as you guys. Go ahead and play it. Smoke weed I know it's coming.
Nah, I was messing with the soundboard. I was having some problems.
Yes,
there, so.
I can have high moments and nobody can call me out on
You are good, man.
All
right. My number 3, excuse me. Another classic to me, Major League.
Ooh, yes.
Charlie Sheen.
I can quote that movie all day long.
Tom Berenger.
Charlie Sheen was awesome.
Joe Boo. I mean, it's one of the
Wesley Snipes.
You got it. You got
really
it above. You have it above White Man Can't Jump, though.
Dude, I played baseball growing up myself more than basketball, so I just related. Okay. I related to it more.
What's that movie with that dude? He broke his arm. He could throw real fast.
Rookie of the Year.
Rookie of the Year. That was a pretty cool movie too back in the days, man. That's one like
I also obsessed with that movie as a young kid as well, but
everybody loved that.
It was not quality enough to make the list. So yeah, Major League, great movie. The Cleveland Indians, who are terrible in all aspects of life now, the Cleveland Guardians.
Wow,
I think they did win one pennant though, right?
They won the American League pennant, but you know what's funny is that team turned around after that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like they became contenders every year for the whole 90s.
Yeah.
Right after that movie, they became good. Everybody kind of credited the movie for kind of being some kind of good luck charm for them.
I mean, you're in Cleveland. What else do you have? I mean, the Browns were the Browns. Still the Browns.
The Browns moved to Baltimore.
There you go. All right, fellas. Here we go.
Steve, real quick on this list. We talk about. It's kind of crazy how many baseball movies there were in the '90s, and there's like none now.
Just like there were black guys who want to play baseball in the '90s.
You know what? You're right, Ali. It's either football or basketball.
Yeah, because you had like Angels in the Outfield, that kind of. Yeah, it was a lot of baseball movies in the '90s.
I mean, I will say 42 was a great movie that came out semi-recently. The story of Hank Aaron, that was a good one, but there has not been a lot of baseball movies. It's all been.
Hank Aaron had what's his name?
The story of Jackie Robinson.
Jackie Robinson, not Hank Aaron. I'm sorry.
Had Bozeman in it, right? Bozeman played every historical black figure in history in every movie.
I will say this. I do think the reason why they don't make baseball movies is because so many baseball movies have already been done.
Yeah. True.
Could be.
True.
Yeah. Plus, baseball's just not fun.
Rest for a little while.
Baseball's not fun anyways. It's terrible. It's a terrible sport. Just be real honest. I'm a Yankees fan too. It's only matters during.
Enjoy it. But I grew up in a baseball family. So.
Baseball's more fun, in my opinion, to go to. Versus, I like going to baseball games more than I like going to football games. I hate going to football games.
I actually kind of agree. Like football games are fun to do. I couldn't do like 162 football games,
right?
No way.
But I could do 162 baseball games,
right? Bad football to me is better enjoyed at home, anyways. I like it at home.
I went to 2 games last year and I had good. I didn't have necessarily the best time at the Titans game because
I would have fun going to a game if I didn't care who won. Like if it was like just some random game, I'd be like, yeah, this is cool. But if I want to watch the game, I don't like to watch it at the game.
Yeah.
Now Louisville basketball, that's fun live. That's better live.
Yep. All right, Ali. Number 2, top 5 sports movie ever made. What you got?
All right. This might be my number 1, but I'm gonna give it to you as my number 2.
All right.
Cool Runnings.
Oh, great movie.
Did not think of that one. Excellent movie.
No, that's only the strong. The Capoeira movie.
Damn it. Either way.
No, Cool Runnings, man. Great movie. Sanka.
Malik Yoba.
Darius Bannock. Hey, he was who was the Malik Yoba, also New York Undercover. Remember New York Undercover, by the way?
I loved that show back then.
Hey, the light-skinned dude from New York Undercover was in the I'm Bad video, Michael Jackson.
He was in the Michael Jackson. Yes, he was.
Yep.
Great movie, Ellie. Good pull.
Wesley Snipes was in I'm Bad. Tied his hands to him.
John Candy was the coach.
Yep.
John Candy.
Jamaican sprinters make good bobsledders.
And I think, if I'm not mistaken, it came out that like the year that we had that huge blizzard. I don't know if
like in the early 90s, right?
Yeah.
It was like an ice blizzard. At least in Woodbridge, where I was living, I think it was an ice blizzard.
We had sleds. We were out there doing our bobsled thing on the little radio flyer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in Kentucky, so I don't know none of that.
But believe me,
feel the rhythm, feel the ride.
Get
on up, it's bobsled time. Never forget that slogan. Great movie, good pull. Nostalgia. Dev, what you got for your second best sports movie ever made?
My name's Willie Beeman. Hey, any given Sunday, number 2, man.
That was almost my number 5.
Great movie.
Man, it's not the most serious movie there is on this list or impactful as far as the culture is concerned. But in my opinion, it's one of the most, if not the most entertaining movie
very much
as far as when it goes to sports. They had a lot of big names in it, a lot of real NFL players in it. Al Pacino, Jamie Foxx, LL Cool J really punched Jamie Foxx in the movie because they got mad at each other. Oliver Stone, manipulated them. Oliver Stone, baby. Scarface. You know what I'm saying? The same dude responsible for Scarface.
Yep.
So
everybody shit on Any Given Sunday because
Lawrence Taylor.
It did not portray professional football in this, haloed light the way like Remember the Titans did, which came out the same year.
What was that show on ESPN that used to come on that NFL wanted to get rid of? It was a football show on ESPN. They played it. Everybody loved that show. They took it off the air because the NFL made it big. Like, we're gonna maybe not let y'all have the NFL on there if y'all don't take that off.
Was it the You Got Jacked Up segment? Or are you talking about?
No, it was a TV show, underrated or not underrated.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
All American is All American. That's on TV. It's a
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Anyways, they talk about doing that to
Playmakers.
Huh?
Playmakers.
Yeah, Playmakers. Yes. Awesome show. But anyways, any given Sunday, my second favorite sports movie to watch. I might watch it after this podcast.
Fair enough. Phil, number two.
Number two. It's already on the board. Major League.
Oh, there we go. We got three similarities, fellas.
So that movie. If you've ever played baseball at least a high school level, or played on like travel teams, things like that. You know, where there's a lot more chirping and things like that goes on back and forth between teams, between individuals on your own bench, everything. Like you relate to it. I grew up in a baseball family. I got 5 cousins that played Division I baseball, and if I didn't have this jacked up eye, I might have been good enough to make that level 2. My hand-eye coordination was just a little off, just a bit outside. And so like that movie can watch it 20 times in a row, never gets old.
Yeah. Dorn. Oh man, Charlie Sheen sleeping with Dorn's wife, didn't even know it. Oh, what
I've done that. I've literally sat there and go,
I just watched the roast of Charlie Sheen, which is just the greatest shit ever. If you ever watch that shit, it's like awesome.
An owner who is deliberately trying to tank to move the team to Florida. I mean,
sounds like about 25% of our fan base.
Yeah, great plot. All right, fellas, we're up to 3 similarities right now. Rudy, White Man Can't Jump, and Major League. So I got the only number left with 4. Well, Dev said he was matched Ellie's all 5 Ellie's, so that's not happening. But my number 2 top sports movie ever made, Sandlot.
Oh, did not think of Sandlot either.
Hey, listen. You're killing me, Smalls. Y'all didn't
get the shirt.
Yes.
I got Selena. I don't know what that means.
Hey, Selena, great artist. Yeah, it's the Sandlot. Benny, you're killing me, Smalls. The pool honeys. Although a little bit inappropriate for this day and age, but the Beast. Hercules, James Earl Jones. In the end, did the kid so dumb he plays with Babe Ruth signs ball, the great Bambino. Camp Out.
Dog.
What a good movie, fellas. What a good movie.
Pretending to drowning to get the lifeguard to kiss him. That might be one of the
Wendy Peppercorn, the lifeguard.
Yes.
That's so inappropriate for these days. That's what I'm saying. That probably wouldn't fly in today's day and age, but
like the boys sound,
man. Yeah. Wow. All right. So before we go to since we got a few minutes, we're ahead of schedule here. Before we go to the top movies that each of us have, we have 3 matches right now. Does anyone have any honorable mentions that they want to say that they wanted to put on the list, didn't quite make it before we hit all of our number 1s? So
Teen Wolf. How about put Teen Wolf?
Oh, good one.
How about put Teen Wolf in there, man? I'm surprised there was no Hoosiers yet.
Okay.
There's a lot of good movies. Blue Chips.
There's
a lot of good movies.
Okay, so I have my list of honorable mentions, right?
All right.
Mighty Ducks was on there. Miracle.
Oh, forgot that one.
I love Miracle. Any Given Sunday was on there. Blue Chips was on there.
Unbreakable, Mark Wahlberg.
I did not have that.
Unstoppable, whatever it was. What's the name?
The Bad News Bears.
Bad News Bears. I didn't have it on there, but that's a good pull.
Hoop Dreams.
This one I have on here just because it's a guilty pleasure of mine from high school. Varsity Blues.
Varsity Blues. It's a good one.
Only because like I was playing high school football when that movie came out.
Yeah.
So like
same here.
It hits different.
That's a good one. Ellie, you have any honorable mentions you want to throw in here? I can go first if you don't have. If you want to.
No, go ahead. Go first.
A couple of mine. So Cinderella Man. If you've seen that one, the boxing movie with
that's a good one. Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe. Good. That one hits the heart. Necessary Roughness. It's cheesy, but it's one of my favorites.
Yes.
I still to this day, Jeremy Sprinkle will always be Featherstone. Don't throw it to Stone Hands. Best of the Best. If you've seen Best of the Best, that was a story about the U.S. Taekwondo team fighting in Korea. That movie, I don't care how many times it's on. I always
cry. We could have put Karate Kid in there.
Dude, I always cry at the end of the Best of Best because I was a martial artist my whole life, and just what they did in that tournament, and Dude, hit me right in the feels, man. Hey, Dev, this list is your list. It doesn't
You can
matter.
put Karate Kid in there.
That whatever you want to put in there. It's a sport movie.
Oh my god, man.
Movie. So, Ellie, what are your those are my honorable mentions.
You only put the first one because that had actually an actual tournament in it.
What about Kicking and Screaming with like Will Ferrell when he's like the soccer coach?
That's it, dude. Ladybugs, Little Giants. There's a ton out there, man.
Little Giants.
Yeah,
all right, Ellie, what do you got for honorable mentions?
If you're gonna put Kicking and Screaming, you might as well put the Big Green on there.
I don't remember that one.
Soccer movies don't do too well.
You guys got a lot of good ones on here. Yeah. I think just if anything, I just lost my train of thought. Which one was it? Oh, $1 Million Baby. $1 Million Baby.
Ooh, yeah, man.
Hillary Swank.
Yeah.
Is Hillary Swank hot?
No,
I feel like on the Office. Remember they did that? Hillary Swank hot.
Yeah, good reference. All right, drum roll.
I think I got it.
Here we go.
I think I got
the top 5 sports movie ever made. Let's recap Ellie's list. At number 5, he has Rocky 3. At 4, he has The Mighty Ducks. 3, he has The Natural. 2, Cool Runnings. And his number 1 top sports movie ever made is
Jerry Maguire.
Jerry Maguire.
That's a good one. That is a good one. I forgot about also. Man. Dude, they showed Cuba Goodman driving an Uber or some shit. Oh, I was like, I'm not gonna last the job, bro. But I'm just saying.
When the Fighting Temptations tanked at the box office, things got a little rough for Cuba.
Man, he was like Flash. He was like Flash on the 5 Heartbeats, bro. Where they showing him hard is a house. Like God.
Tom Cruise, Renee Zellweger. Good, great movie.
Everything.
I don't know what year that came out, but.
It was in the 90s, I think.
Yeah,
96.
Yep. A guy giving up his dream job. He left, walked out, go start his own thing, struggles. It's got the whole, everything you want in a good movie is in there. And you had me at hello, the little kid that you want, you know what I mean? The whole, nothing missing.
Think about how many references people indirectly refer to at that movie. Show me the money, you had me at hello. Like those are statements people don't even know that they use them, and they probably don't even know where they come from.
Right. You shoplifted the pootie or whatever you said.
Oh man,
I'm going to go watch Top Gun now, just because y'all brought this up. Top Gun 2. I'm going to watch that.
Yeah. All right, Dev. Number 2. Let's recap yours. At number 5, Dev had Remember the Titans. At number 4, he had White Man Can't Jump. Number 3, he had Rudy. And number 2, Any Given Sunday. And Dev's top sports movie ever made is
I'm going Rocky 4. Not 1, not 2, not 3. Hey, man, this dude come out of retirement to avenge Action Jackson, son. And he came, in Russia. Hey, man. That Russian beat the shit out of Apollo. Throw in the goddamn towel. Hey, it was just the funniest shit. Hey, they had Action Jackson's eye looking like the dude from those Toxic Crusader movies, man. Like that dude look crazy, man. Like Emmett Till out there getting his ass whooped.
Some of the best training montage, the best soundtrack is from Rocky 4. Like the training montage sounds, Hearts on Fire.
Hearts on Fire. Hey, man, look. Rocky made everybody believe they could just run out. They could just go outside for 10 minutes and run a few laps, listen to 80s music, and come back in and whoop somebody's ass.
Crack some eggs, put it in a cup, drink it before you work out. That was me, man, when I was like 12 years old.
Rocky, off of that mediocre looking chick, Adrian, man. And
basic. She was basic.
She was basic as hell, man. Like this dude's a champion of the world, man. Like if Floyd Mayweather chick looked like Adrian, what would y'all say to Floyd Mayweather?
Money Mayweather. Yeah, Rocky. That's hands down the best Rocky. I like Rocky 5 a lot. People say Rocky 5 shouldn't exist, but I'm a big Rocky 5 here. Rocky 4, good pull, Dev. That's a great one. If Ivan Drago, Russia,
I will break you.
If he dies, he dies.
Hey, some of the greatest quotes of all time. Rocky 4. Not 1, not 2, not 3. 4.
Yep. Good one. All right, Phil. Let's recap Phil's list. At number 5, Mr. Phil had Kingpin. Number 4, Rudy. Number 3, Robert De Niro in The Raging Bull. Number 2, he had Major League. And Phil's number 1 top sports movie ever made is?
Well, we're going to have to stick with a little bit of a trend here, but I'm going to take it a little differently. Rocky.
The original.
The original.
Wow.
Okay.
All right.
That was almost my 5.
Movie. It wasn't like, the story was a little more fleshed out. Obviously, that's the one that got, the Academy Award and, and everything, and put Stallone on the map as an actor,
Stallone out of porn, man.
Writer, as a director, everything. Right?
True.
Without that movie, there is no Sylvester Stallone. Hell, there may not be any.
But he's on Pornhub.
Pre-steroid slide too. I mean,
he was in shape, but that movie.
No, he was legit a porn star, Steve. That's what he was doing.
No, I know. I'm just saying, nothing like his physique in the follow-on movies,
like the feet kind too.
He was raising a turtle in that movie. Is that the Rocky? He had the turtle in the beginning.
Yeah,
in a little apartment. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Adrian had those funky little glasses on.
I like the story because of the fact that, and also I think that movie really did a lot of things because he lost in the end. Yeah, which is you just didn't think that was going to happen, but it is the more realistic way of looking at it. You're going against heavyweight champion of the world, and you're a club boxer. Yeah, you put up a great fight, but come on now, dude.
Yeah,
I mean, he went the distance against the champion, and that in itself is a moral victory. But I like the fact that Rocky was the underdog. Rocky was the street kid. Everything else grew up to be, dude working for the mob and everything. Apollo was who was a black guy, is the rich guy. He is the pinnacle. He is, the more articulate one. He's the man who puts on the show, right? And they made him the king of the mountain. And he was still the king of the mountain at the end of the thing because he was still heavyweight champion. And I think that that was probably, Sylvester Stallone very forward thinking in that.
Absolutely.
He basically, created in movies a black hero out of Apollo Creed. I told Carl Weathers when I got that autograph, I said, you made me almost root for you. You were that good in that movie.
That's dope, man. Yeah.
Throw in the damn towel.
You know what though? I will say this of the Rocky movies, that's probably the one that has the least replay value for me because it is more of a true story where the other ones are a little bit more action. You know what I mean? Throughout the whole movie.
It's really slow. It's really slow.
It is very slow.
Yeah. I agree. I'm with you. Rocky for me is the one that gets the least play, but it's meaningful. I'm with you. But great list. All right. My list recap: White Men Can't Jump at 5, A League of Their Own at 4, Major League at 3, Sandlot at 2, and my top sports movie ever made. A little bit out of the box thinking. I had to go with The Karate Kid.
Man,
I know you said it, Dev. That's why I wore the headband. I was really just trying to be a little bit obscure. Yes, I know it's not a traditional sports movie in that sense, but it had a karate tournament, had martial arts. It really resonated with me. You go back and look at it now, it's cheesy as hell, but back then, I mean, it was.
Dude, Ralph Macchio was the man back then.
He was the man, dog. What did he play in other movies? A Greasehead or whatever they called him?
He played in The Outsiders.
Yeah, man.
And then My Cousin Vinny, and then we didn't see him for like 30 years. And then Cobra Kai starts.
And he shows up in Cobra Kai. It doesn't look like he's aged at all.
He does. Right. And he's a horrible fighter in Cobra Kai. If you're actually watching him fight, it's awful. But it's
Hawk is the best fighter on the show, man. I watch it for Hawk. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah. Great series. So, fellas, great lists we have here. We'll post this on all of our social media sites, and this is just a great compilation of top 5 sports movies. We had 3 matches total, so we matched Rudy, we matched White Men Can't Jump, and we matched Major League.
There was no movie that we all picked either.
No, there was not. There absolutely was not.
I honestly thought Rocky was going to be the one that we all picked. That's why I said 1. And I said,
right. I thought
everybody's going to put Rocky in there.
I debated that because I was like, should I just put Rocky as a series or just Rocky
I'm not gonna lie. I had Rocky 4 as my top one initially, but I was like, that's too easy. I'm not gonna lie. It was my initial before we started this. And then before we started, I was like, you know what, Karate Kid threw the headband on, and it just
out of the initial 5 Rocky movies of the sequels, Rocky 3 is probably my favorite.
Yes, sir.
I like Clever Lang.
Clever Lang was the man. Yeah, I'm sorry. I still get chills every time I watch that movie. And he's like, my prediction. And he just kind of like looks right in the camera and goes, pain.
It's an exhibition.
Hey, I used to watch the Mr. T cartoon. That's how old I am.
Yeah.
Like I used to love that show.
Did you eat the Mr. T cereal?
Man, yeah, I ate Mr. T cereal. You know, Mr. T wore the same pair of shoes his whole life, man, publicly because he wanted to never get where it came from, man. He could afford no matter all the shoes he wanted. If you look at his feet, they're the same shoes. His whole career, you ever seen him.
And you know what's funny? If you look at him today, he looks exactly like he did 40 years ago.
Well, he's dead, I think, right? He died,
he's
right?
Alive.
Did he? He's still alive.
Probably died.
He's alive, he is.
I'm gonna look it up.
Is he still alive? Because I don't want to say he's dead.
Yeah, man. Don't you put that on?
No, he's alive.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Mr. T.
Yeah.
Pity the fool.
Dev, have you ever seen DC Cab?
Yes, I've seen DC Cab. I've seen. Hey, 18 was my show. I used to stay up and hide in the corner, going up the stairs so I could see the TV. I had to go to bed at 8, and that's what time 18 came on. I used to hide so I could watch 18. I used to like try to hide in the closet. I had a closet with the little fence in walls. Man, I could sneak out and look at mom and then watch the 18 and Knight Rider.
DC Cab is great. You know, there's another guy who seriously still looks like he could go out there and kick ass. I'll say it, Carl Weathers. That dude's in his 70s. That dude still looks like he still looks like he did when he was playing football. Dude's
I remember that nigga did a flip over a car in the movie. Remember that shit? Action Jackson.
Action Jackson. I almost got him to autograph an Action Jackson poster.
Man, Action Jackson is shit.
You know the spoof, remember that spoof of the movie? I'm gonna get you, sucker.
I'm gonna get you, sucker. Yeah. Give me $5. Put it like, hey man, you can tell when Chris Rock ain't have no money to when he does though. Good lord.
Oh man.
Look at the,
well, Ellie, as we
Will Smith don't want to smack that Chris Rock.
As we sunset this this episode, man. What let's tell everyone where we can find you. What do you guys got cooking in the works over at Declassified WFT, man?
Oh man, you can find us. We got our site, WFTdeclassified.com. We're putting articles up there, interviews we do with folks, all of that. All of our links to the podcast are out there. We're on YouTube, WFT Declassified, on all audio platforms as well. Come kick it with us, but make sure you're locked in with these guys too. Command this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I love the name.
What's up? Ellie, will Antonio Gandy Golden make the team as a wide receiver?
No.
Question. Will he make the team as a water boy?
There's talk about converting him to a tight end. I don't know if that's
convert himself to the XFL.
You guys interviewed his coaches, right? Didn't you guys talk to his coach a while back?
We talked to him again this year. He said, because we were talking about Malik Willis, because at the time Malik Willis was supposed to be like number 1, number 2. That's my guy too. Shout out to Kyle DeArmond from Liberty. But yeah, he still has some hope for. He said Gandy Golden just struggled picking up the offense, especially with COVID and getting hurt. He just, you know what I mean? Because he's a smart dude, but the playbook is complex in the NFL. He just really kind of struggled to put it together. So good, you know. The tight end thing is weird for me because it just doesn't work. And to be in the last year of your contract, trying to learn a new position, there's really no path for success there. You know what I'm saying?
I think that might save him a roster spot this year, though, if he did it.
How? We got 3 tight ends.
There's so many tight ends.
I think Ron would try to find a way to keep him on the team. If he said
maybe the practice squad.
Maybe
the practice squad.
Unless they had the COVID rules where the practice squads, you can designate people that can't be stolen off the practice squad, but
nobody's coming for him. I promise you.
Nobody.
You'd be amazed.
Yeah. Wow. Well, Ellie, hey man, thank you for joining us, man. Go check out their content. Like I said, they're putting out articles now. They've moved on to not only just the podcast and the audio, the visual. They're actually doing some legit articles over at the website. Mm-hmm. So go check it out. It's out there. The content's out there, and they're just killing out here for the Washington Commander scene. You're going to be at a training camp, Ellie? at all?
Oh, let me tell you. Yes, I'll be at training camp, and I got a Phil. Did you get the invite for the ambassadors to OTAs?
I did get the invite.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going yet. But
every time we get a guest on here, they tell us some shit before Phil does, man.
I got an invite to OTAs. I got an invite to OTAs last year.
Did you?
Phil.
Okay. 50 spots, man.
Phil's our inside scoop, and man.
Yeah, but I'm like the last one to find out because like they never put it where they tell me they're going to put this info.
Yeah.
Like they're like, I don't know. I missed some meeting where they said, "Oh, we're going to communicate this way." They're like, "Oh, get on Slack." I get on Slack, nothing.
This is all just code word for Phil is a horrible ambassador, man. he doesn't tell us
if it opens back up, I would love to at least apply, and I think it'd be fun to be an ambassador.
He's actually a good ambassador because he ain't let nothing out. Like he don't tell nobody nothing, man. Like
they said they're bringing everybody back, so I don't know if they're going to do open calls. But
yeah,
honestly, well, no, I'll say it later because they got to use us though. They didn't do anything with us. They
free
gave
marketing,
us
free publicity. It's all free. You ain't got to pay shit. You know what I'm saying?
But we want to help, man. If we're going to be here, let us help. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Like I had a long. We had a long meeting talking about. All I gotta say is, and I'll tell you what. Since it's been a while, I'll spill the beans a little bit. As far as, because a lot of people complain about the name and they're like, "Oh, well, we're just gonna forget everything about this franchise." No, sir. If you only know the amount of work they're doing to basically create a museum for this franchise dating back to 1932, and they've got leather helmets that Sammy Ball wore and things like that. They're in the process of doing full restoration and preservation of. That's why, and this stuff takes time because they're doing this professionally, right? This is not a rush job. They're going to have virtual exhibits too, so you don't even have to go to the stadium to see a lot of really cool stuff. And I'm talking about like Washington Post articles from the 40s, things like that. But they have such a treasure trove. I mean, they got, those big cases you see like rock bands carried equipment in, the roadies wheeling in and out. They've got tons of those cases full of memorabilia and game-worn items and news articles and film reels and everything that no one else has.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
You guys,
whoever the new owner is gonna love all that shit.
Yep. Hey, and while you guys are at it, if you're watching this on YouTube, leave us a comment. Tell us which top 5 category we should do next. Give us some ideas, and if it's something great and we pick you, we'll bring you on. You to come do it with us. You know what I'm saying? This is all about interaction. It's all about finding something crafty, not necessarily Commanders related. So we're all about it. Leave us a comment. Tell us what you think about our list. Our number 1 list. Let's recap. LE, Jerry Maguire, number 1. Dev had Rocky 4. Phil had Rocky, and I had the Karate Kid. What do y'all think about that? Are we off? Are we crazy? Should there be something else on this list that we left off for top 5 sports movie?
We forgot Dodgeball. We forgot Dodgeball, though.
Hey, maybe that was on someone else's number 1 list. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Yep. It's a bold move, Cotton. But Ellie, hey, we thank you for joining us, man. We really do. It's all love. We love you, man. And you guys are killing it over there. You guys just doing all kinds of great things with YouTube and the website, spitting out those articles. So, if you guys haven't done so, please follow Ellie and his team, and they're doing great stuff. So, this won't be the first time we'll have him back. We'll definitely have you back on, whether it's Washington related or non football related stuff like this. But Ellie, thank you for joining us, taking time out of your evening to kick it with us, man.
Man, thank you for inviting me, guys. Man, it's been cool hanging with you guys again. I'll bring you guys over to our show so you can whip those choir boys into shape.
Yeah. All right. As always, like and subscribe, and we'll catch you guys on the next Top 5 Tuesday or Commanders related content. Take care. Peace.